Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I look a little rough. Sorry. But I'm up, I'm awake. Today is a beautiful day. Looks like the sun is trying to peep through even though it's cloudy. So, this is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia. And welcome to another Create and Relate. I don't know what I have shown you all. It's been a weird week for me. Had an incident Wednesday that I don't even remember Thursday. I think somewhere in there I did a live. I kind of completely oblivious to a lot of the end of the week last week. I can tell you that I have made some cakes. Yesterday a challenge was presented by Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches and Mama Kayla from Llama Mama Kayla, and I jumped on that right away. And it is the Big Ball Challenge, and all it is for the first 7 days of October to crochet as much of your big balls down as possible. And what I have, well, you saw a little bit of it, and it's, to make sure that they are at least a pound. Of course, I have the Big Twist Value Pound Plus. I have the Caron Cake Pound. I have another Caron Cake Pound, and I have the watermelon that I've already wound up into a couple of cakes. I've worked this one down to the point that I had to rewind it. And where has it all gone? Well, that's simple. It's here. It's here. I'm only showing you half of it so that it can be shown. But it is pretty big. I am working on a blanket. It is meant to top my queen size bed. It's enough for me to wrap up in. As it is getting colder, I will be able to sit here, wrap up in this, and crochet. And my nightgown sleeve keeps falling. Took the kids to the bus stop this morning. Excuse me. But it's and I threw on my dress for the day because we were in a bit of a time crunch. So here lately I have been making like 5 or 6 videos just to upload and put out one. A little disgusted with myself because of that. But I'm happier with the quality of the videos because I now have 158 subscribers. And I'm really happy about that. I was looking at a video by Skein Spider the other night. I imagine it was an older video. I didn't remember to see the date on it, but at any rate, what she did was gave a list of 15 channels that we need to watch, and I was like, what a good idea. If each one of us, and what she did, she picked people who were less than 100K in subscribers. And I was like, that is so awesome. Because now you get to go to their channels and subscribe and hit the like buttons. And if you're like me, I do a little bit of homework every morning. I have a set group that I pretty much follow. You will see them in my description box below. So every morning I'm looking for or at these videos, and I'm learning, what they have going on. I'm checking out the consistency. Like I got a lot of ideas of how I want my yarn wall to look. My plans are to deplete what I have up there. I know that I got a big bag in the closet. I know that I have yarn everywhere in my room, but my focus is to get rid of up there. So when the big ball challenge came out yesterday, I was like, yes! So what we saw was 4 big balls. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 left. So along with the blanket, I plan on making some slippers. I plan on making probably a couple or a few hats. I don't know. But I know that I won't be able to do all of this in the 7-day period. But it is something that I can work on throughout the month of October. I am still doing my own crochet along, which what I've decided to do with that is, being that I've become a part of this challenge, I have decided to dedicate this week to that challenge. So when we crochet this week, I will be crocheting on the challenge. I am still planning on my October runner for my dresser and nightstand, getting the topping for my jewelry box, and the trinket cups that I want to do. So I'm still planning on doing all of that for the month of October. I want to see, I didn't map this out right. I told myself that I wanted to do at least 23 rows a day, but it's going to take more than that. I have to do at least 29 rows a day. This blanket is all half double crochet. I built my foundation row with half double crochet, and you see my little stitch markers in place. They're only there to help me count the stitches across, so to make sure I stay within the realm. I move them up periodically just to make sure I'm on track. For instance, when in this video, whatever row that I'm on, I'll complete that row, and the very next row I'll move my stitch markers up, just so that I can stay on track and know that I haven't doubled any stitches or skipped any stitches. Now, about the challenge, all of the specifics behind it you can find on Cinnamon Stitch's channel. It's called the Big Ball Challenge with Kayla. You can also go to Llama Mama Kayla's channel and get her take on the specifics, which is pretty much the same. The objective behind it, the requirements. I know Jen is doing double strand, and she's using her impeccable balls. I don't know if you guys remember the impeccables. Oh my goodness. I thought I was in yarn heaven. I was blessed to be able to get 4 of them. The first time I saw them, we had a Michael's right across from the hotel where I worked, and that was my sin store. Because I would leave home in enough time that I could stop at Michael's before I went to work every day. Every day. So every day I was going in here seeing these impeccables, and if you don't know about the impeccables, they were like huge, and I mean huge. So when I saw them, I was like, but when I saw the price, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I can get a whole basket of yarn for the price of one of these. No way. I can't do that. That's not in my supposed to be budget. It's not going to work. So I just kept going in Michael's and kept going in Michael's, and I went by one day. I think I had just gotten my income tax returns, if I'm not mistaken, and I made up my mind I was going to get those balls. I was. And when I had gone in there like the day before, I think they were like $40 each. But when I went in there on this day, they were on clearance for $9.99. I hurry up and scooped up 4 of them. I got 2 white. I got a blue one, and I think I got a red one. I don't know if I got 3 whites and a blue, 2 whites, 2 blues, or 2 whites, a blue, and another color. But it's like as soon as I got them, a friend of mine called and wanted a queen size throw. So I used up a whole ball and a piece. And I bordered it with yarn that I had. She wanted a beige border, a white blanket with a beige border. And it was so cool. It was, oh my God, I loved making it, and I think I fell in love with making that so much because of who it was for, and that did my heart a lot of good to be able to do that for her. But yeah, go check out those 2 videos, one or both, advisably both, and you'll see what the challenge is all about. It's interesting, it's challenging, it's not a race. It's just to help you get rid of yarn that probably has been sitting there for a while. And it makes room for more yarn. When I pulled these skeins down last night, it cleared up a whole cubby space for me, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, instead of 2 empty spaces, I have 3 now, and if I take things out that don't belong there, I will probably have like 6 empty spaces. So that's something I'm going to be working on today, as well as my blanket. Yesterday I did 22, 24. I did 25 rows yesterday. So that already put me 4 behind. So I have to do at least 33 today. I want to have my blanket done by the end of the week. And that's why I decided to put everything else aside for right now and just focus on that. Now there was a blue bag that I made. Was it blue or purple? I think it was blue. I think I made a blue bag. But anyway, the most recent market bag that I made, I want to give that to a neighbor of mine who had surgery not too long ago. So, because she still has her pick lines and her drain lines. So I want to give that to her so she can carry her apparatus around with her and not have to stuff them in pockets, because I know that can be uncomfortable. I saw what my girls went through when they had their reduction surgeries. I couldn't get on board with the reduction surgeries. I'm sorry. I'm like, my triple G's have to stay with me. They do. They gotta stay. Now, if the insurance company comes through and says, hey, you can have the paniculectomy, then I might consider it then. But all I want is a lift I still don't want to get a reduction. Don't want to do it. But you can pick them bad girls up. That's fine. Yeah, we can go with an upswing, but telling them they gotta go bye-bye, I can't see that happening. Please keep Jennifer and Mr. Cinnamon in your prayers from Cinnamon Stitches. The big C is still circulating. It has also hit my family. I just got off the phone with my oldest daughter. She's a school teacher, and last week one of her students came to school knowing he had tested positive, and so now it's like almost half the school is out. So to my parents out here, if you know your kids are sick, please don't send them to school. Please don't send them to school. It affects everybody. I know you want them to get perfect attendance. I know you may be concerned about child care, but or missing work being with them. And even to some of the adults who feel like they can, they'll be all right. It's not about how you feel. It's about, what can be transferred to other people. And ultimately, if you get everybody on your job sick, then that's going to make like triple, quadruple plus work for you, because somebody's got to cover their positions. So if you just go ahead on and stay out, I think it's like 3 days now as opposed to 14 days. But if you just go ahead on and take those 3 days off and, get yourself back in good health, or get your children back in good health, then everybody's smiling and moving forward. So we just got to approach it from a different angle. But yeah, slide on over. Please keep Mama Kayla in your prayers too. If you don't know her, please go check out her channel. Y'all excuse me one moment. I have a text that I have to answer. Hold on. Sorry about that. The friend that I told you who just had surgery. I know that the doctor wants her to get up and walk around, but yesterday I made a couple of trips to the store. A few. And on the second trip to the store, I saw her walking down the sidewalk headed to Walmart, and I was a little upset with her. Because even though she's supposed to be walking, that's a little too much for right now. And the excuse was she had to get her prescription. Knowing that I ride a scooter and that I'm able to maneuver in the store on the scooter, I could have gotten it for her. I could have. She just said that her husband said thank you for pulling the mama roll yesterday, and that she probably needed it, because when I saw her, I wish I'd had an extra seat on my scooter. I'd have scooped her right on up and taken her over there. But I was able to go get a basket for her, and fortunately once we got inside the door, they had some carts available, so she was able to use the cart. I am on row 27, I believe. 22, 24, 20, yeah, 27. So I have 2 more rows to catch up. And then I can start on my rows for today. So if we just make it like an even 30 day, that sounds so much better. And that means on the 7th, I will be finalizing it and possibly able to do a border. I don't think everything needs a border. I think some things should stay as they are. I think a border would take away from the natural beauty of it. I did finish one Boggy Creek blanket, the variegated pink one. I completed that one. And I can't promise you that I'm going to show it to you today. But I will be showing it to you soon. I might wait until next week. And that way I'm hoping to have another one completed by then. And then I'll be able to show you at least 2 of them. That will open up room for me to pull the 2 that are in the closet out and do whatever finishing touches I have to do to those. As of current, I know that I have 8 Boggy Creek blankets that I will be sending to Juan, the yarn addict, so that he can drive those down to Florida. For those of you who don't know about the Boggy Creek Challenge, check out Juan. And she has yarn too. There are other people who are involved. You can just look up Boggy Creek and it'll bring a whole list of content creators up who are working with the challenge, and they will give you all the specs on what needs to be done. So, and there is a measurement guideline. If you're doing a rectangle, I think the measurements are 30 by 50 or somewhere thereabout. If you're doing a square, circle, star, whatever you come up with, the longest point has to be 40 inches. So I think they do such a wonderful job telling you or describing what needs to be done. I know at one point I haven't followed it a lot here lately, except to look at the beautiful blankets. Juan does like the blanket reveals on Wednesday evenings, and they show all the beautiful blankets that people have been sending in, because they're not just sending them to Juan. Eventually they go to Juan, but they go by various means or through other people. And on Tuesdays before the Wednesday reveal, he'll recap those blankets for the week. He shows all of the ones that were shown the previous Wednesday on Tuesday. So I just got through looking at all the ones that were sent in last week on yesterday on Juan's channel. You guys are awesome. You make some beautiful blankets, and me being a blanket girl, I find the most awkward part of the blankets. Matter of fact, it's kind of coming up on this. If you split a blanket into quarters, it's like the second quarter, the last half of the first half is the awkward part to me, because then it's going from this strip, especially, well, I do a lot of afghans, but it's going from one strip into something thicker, you know, something that's not as easy to just flip around, toss around your neck, and, you know, crochet from there. It's you got to kind of be strategic in how you turn them around or whatnot. Especially where I am, I'm working in such a tight space that it's a little difficult sometimes to switch things around, but I gotta do what I gotta do, and that's all I gotta do. Whew. I was showing my daughter the colors that I'd be working on with this blanket, and she was like, I said, that's all right. You don't have to like it, baby girl. You really don't. It's not for you. It is not for you, boo-boo. 2, 4, 6, 7. One more row. And then I'll add my accent rows, which will be 4 rows like I did here. In the first one I have the watermelon. I used baby pink and a denim blue. It doesn't really look denim blue until you're like right up on it, but it's the Dollar Tree tweed, and it is denim blue. It almost looks gray, but that's beautiful too. So with the red, I've been kind of looking around at my stock to see what I want to use as the accent color for the red. The blanket is going to be gorgeously colorful. So I'm thinking I want to go with possibly like yellow and I don't know. I have a green here from Temu that's been kind of screaming at me, hey, use me, use me. You hear that? See? That's what I'm saying. But I don't want it to look Christmassy at all. I just want everything to be colorful. So I think I might use this. And I think I will find and use a yellow. I think that would be pretty. I really do. And then my next block of colors, because of course with it being 200 rows, I will have 10 sections of color, and I think I want to keep the same pattern with each section. I was going to do it differently because the Value Pound Plus, of course, has the most yarn in it, and I wanted to make sure. But hey, if this is working, why mess up a good thing, right? And then when all of it's done, I can cake these down into smaller cakes, or just go ahead on and use them and make the slippers and the, you know, all that good stuff. I might just make everybody colorful nightcaps, like the cat in the, I like the Grinch hats. They just won't be Santa hats. They'll just be nightcaps. Okay. So have you guys determined what you're going to work on for the month of October? You know, are you going to split your projects up when we come together for our crochet alongs? And, you know, you're going to do something different? Do you have several projects? Let me know, you know, what you got going on. Tell me down in the comment box, or go to my Facebook page, which is Create and Relate, and send me some pictures. Post some pictures. Did anybody follow my my market bag tutorial? If so, let me see those bags. Let me see what you came up with. I told you about the yarns that I'm using. So, like I said, I went 180 stitches across, and it will be 200 rows long. I know that I could very well get away with 160 rows or 180, but the first thing I do when I get under a blanket is tuck my feet. Because once those puppies get cold, it's a wrap. So I'm going to focus on did I show this to you guys? That is my care carrot. I know that I'm not saying the name of it right, but it's my first plushie that I made. We're going to stick with plushie until I learn the names properly. Because I get what these are and the hooks with the soft handles, I get those two names mixed up. Ergonomic is the hook, and erogumi, I don't know, but my first one, no pattern, just me playing around with yarn and stuffing. Also, guys, let's send Lisa a lot of good juju. Please, positive vibes, blessings, prayers of success. She's got a 3-day market fair coming up this weekend. Next weekend, a 2-day market fair. The following weekend, a 1-day market fair. And I think she has like a week off, and then she goes right back in December with another multi-day market fair. So let's just pray for her strength, hand strength, mental strength, and, you know, the availability of the yarn that she needs, success during her market fair. You know, let's just keep all of that in mind as we wish her pleasantries and success on her way. Also, Thriss is a new grandma, y'all. Yes, Thriss in Stitches is a new grandma, and I declare, when I look at her, I just see, oh, that's one of my babies, and I just don't see her being a grandma. She's so young, you know, and there's nothing negative in that, so please don't take my words and turn them into something negative. I'm giving her all kinds of compliments because she looks very, very good, very youthful and good to be a grandmother, and I compliment her. Whatever her beauty secrets are, I'm gonna need you to share some of them. I really am. Some mornings I wake up at 60 and I'd be asking my father, hey, Daddy, only 60, why do I look 70? Also, please don't forget Auntie Maureen with her daily messages of Be Still and Know. They're really, really good inspirational messages. And real powerful. Really powerful. I do have a word for you today. And it's personal. And I know a lot of you will understand. There are 2 gospel songs, contemporary gospel songs. One is by Dorinda, and the words are, everything that the devil stole, God has given it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, God's giving it back to me. Okay, I love that song. I do. And the other one is Ty Tribbett. You know, I want it all back. I love those 2 songs. I just don't necessarily agree with them. You know, I hear a lot of people say, all that has been taken from me, I know God will give it back double-fold. Now, I can get down with that statement better than whatever the devil took from me, I want it back. See, my thing is, if the devil took it, or he was in any way responsible for it being gone, once he got his hands on it, it's tainted. I don't want it back. I don't even want it back. I want all brand new. I do. I want all different and brand new, because I can't take back something that's tainted, that might have some bad juju on it. Like I told you before, I'm a person of energy. I know that I emit positive, high frequency energy, and those are the kind of people I like to be around. But when negative energy comes into play, into view in my area, I will do a Wonder Woman spin in a heartbeat. If I can touch it, it's in my space. So when negativity comes in my space, I had to double down on the good and positive. You know, I wholeheartedly believe that my light will outshine darkness. God didn't give me my light for it to be dimmed by negative Nancy or pouting Polly or Bully Betty. You know, what did I say I was going to do? So I want the green next or the yellow. Do I want to go with 2 different shades of yellow? How do I want to work this magic right here? I think I'll go with this one. Normally I would rewound this cake before I even try to use it, but I'm not going to really be using that much of it, and after I finish, I'll probably go ahead on and rewound it then. This green is from Temu, so I don't know the color. I can tell you that it looks like a mint green. Please forgive me for yawning. And that it's really pretty. Yes, it is. I'll go back and do my final clippings later. My thing is just to work everything in as much as possible. Then I'll do my snips afterwards. Also, please check on Kiara and Saray. Haven't seen or heard from them in quite some time, and I'm a bit concerned. Okay, guys, well, it is no secret. And the more you see me popping up here, the less of a secret, or the more you will realize that it is not a secret. And no, I'm not vain, but I'm just like the next person. I like gifts too. So my birthday is December 2nd, and in the description box you will see my birthday wish list, and it's not hard at all. It's so simple. I want crafting bags full of yarn. I want yarn. I want yarn. I told my daughter today, that's what I want for my birthday. I know the original plans was for her to send me on vacation, and I learned today, this morning, that vacation is not going to happen. I was so looking forward to going to Texas. I really was. I was so looking forward to going to Texas. I want to see my son. I really want to see my son and spend some time with him. But I also want yarn. And do. I want yarn. I think we are in the process of getting my insurance information straightened out, which disability will be reimbursing me the monies that they have taken out each month. So with that, I'm not going to say if it comes through, I'm going to say when it comes through. Might be able to secure a round trip ticket for Texas to see me boy. For those of you who don't know, my son's name is Melvin. My oldest daughter, and we tease her a lot, is Dr. Reed. We tease her a lot. I call her twin because she looks just like me. She looks just like me. As a matter of fact, I think I've shown you before, but I can show you again. By the way, my brother said thank you for pulling. Me yesterday, he said I probably need it. Okay, it's March of 2016. And I think it's in the other one. I always pick the wrong one starting out. There it is. That's me and my oldest. Yep, and if I had had my glasses on that day, now y'all see why I call her twin. And who else can I show you? Who can I run to? That's me and my bestie. That's my stop sign running buddy. Because she will run a stop sign. I was trying to show you all of my kids, but I don't think it is in the cards. Okay, 2017. We're already up to 2020. And he left in 2020. So him not there. Okay, I can't find him right now. I have a lot of pictures in my phone. A lot. And then I have those in archive that I don't know how to get to. Go figure. Okay, so first I went into my Google pictures, and then I went into my I don't know, I can't find it. I'm not going to sit here and do this to you guys. Oh boy. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, because I've kept you guys for like 49 minutes. I appreciate you sitting with me, though, and crocheting with me. That makes me feel good. I feel good. It's like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when he said, "She thinks I'm cute." At one point in my life, I wanted to do voiceover. But with everything going on in the entertainment industry, I'm glad I'm not a part of it. I was in plays in schools. I did a lot of talent shows. I used to sing semi-professionally. But I just, when I see the damage that the industry has done to some people, I'm just happy not to be a part of it. And I'm glad that God knows best for my life, and that even though at times, there were things that I wanted, He made it so that it wasn't possible. So I, didn't have to get caught up or tied up in a lot of situations. I wasn't even introduced to any of that. I remember back in the 90s, I made a tape. And I live very close, to Teddy Riley's studio. And at the time I was doing hair as well. And he ran into one of my patrons at a mall and stopped and asked her, "Who did your hair?" So she gave him a card and she told him that I also sing. And he said for me to bring a tape to the studio and he would listen to it. So I took it in. I never did get to see him. But when I went into the building, I ran into Big Bub. At the time, he was one of my favorites. I don't know how to act starstruck. And I can't say that I was starstruck. I was happy to meet the person that I admired so much, and I shook his hand and we did a little bit of wobbling in the corridor. And then I guess it was Teddy Riley's office manager pulled me back and she took the tape and she, commenced to tell me, "You should do this, you should do that. Don't ever give anybody your hard copy tape." And okay, but I got like 100 of them. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? So on the way out, Bub and I started singing some more. Big Bub. And I don't know if any of you all will remember him, but he, I forgot the name of the group, but my favorite song by them is Him or Me. Ooh, do you really want him? Do you really want me? Do you really want him? I loved that song, and every now and then I get a taste for it. I will turn it on and put it on repeat and listen to it until it starts making me sick hearing it. But then again, that's how I do a lot of music. I remember when Wayne Wonder came out, and I bought his album right away. His song was No Letting Go. No letting go, no holding back. And I liked that song a lot. But when I got to track number 4, which was Friend Like Me, everybody in my house was mad at me. That was close to when I first got my first computer. And I put that disc in, and I let it stay there, and I let it play that song, put that song on repeat. And as soon as I would get in from work, I would turn it on and turn it up loud, and it stayed there until I got ready to go to bed that night, if I went to bed. trying to decide my next color, y'all. You know what? That might be pretty. That just might be pretty. Yeah, I'll go back to the watermelon. Just want to make sure I have enough to do everything that I want to do with it. You guys have been so helpful. We are really getting this done. There you go. I have dropped this remote so much, and none of our remotes have backs on them. So every time they hit the floor, the batteries go everywhere. I keep telling myself I'm going to stop using it because I have a remote on my phone. But I have to keep the remote away from the kids because that's what they argue over the most. Who's going to look at what on TV? I have banned them from a lot of shows. My granddaughter really likes Mean Girls. Don't remember if I told you or not, but my granddaughter's autistic. She's level 2 verbal autistic. And she tends to imitate what she sees on TV. So her brother catches a lot of meanness. And I'm like, no, baby girl. That's not what we do in Grandma's house. No. We operate as a family. I think that's cute. I think it's cute. Guys, I'm going to start wrapping this up. It's almost been an hour, and it has been absolutely marvelous to be back with you all. The thing of it now is to get me to sit here long enough to semi-edit it and upload it. But I promise you I'm going to get this out to you all today. It is the 2nd of October. I pray that everybody has an absolutely stupendous day. And know that I love you. I love you. And that's for real. Regardless of what anybody says or how they feel about it. I do. The naysayers, the doubters, those that are happy, I love all of you. I do. And not just because it's my godly duty, but because it's who I am. Okay? So, please focus on self-love. Please, please, please focus on self-love. And do something to pamper yourself today. You know, write a poem. Or turn on your favorite show and kick back with some popcorn. You know, just take an hour or two out for you today. You deserve that. And if you're like me and crocheting tickles your fancy, by all means, let's get it. Let's do this. But guys, you take care. Until next time, peace out. I will see you on the flip side.